Hey riders, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to teach you how to ask your parents to teach you how to drive. Now the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you are legally able to start driving and to get your permit. So you want to look up the age that is required depending on the state that you live in. So for example, in California you have to be 15 and a half in order to be able to apply for your permit. If you're 15 and a half and you live in California and you feel like you're ready to drive or you want to start driving, then you go up to your parents and you say something like, hey mom, hey dad, I'm 15 and a half now, or I'll be 15 and a half soon, and I feel like I'm ready to drive. All of my friends are getting their permits, so I was wondering if you can teach me, even if it's just for 10 minutes down the street in a parking lot, or like a warehouse parking lot or something like that, for just 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I want to learn what it's like to be behind the wheel and press on the gas pedal and the brake pedal and all that good stuff. Can you please take me? They might ask you like, why do you want to get your driver's permit? Or, you know, they might be wondering, or before they even ask you, you can tell them, well, I want to get my driving permit because I want to be able to drive to and from school so I can get my license in 6 months. And that way you don't have to worry about dropping me off or picking me up, or I don't have to take the bus. Or you can tell them, my friends are all getting their permits and they're gonna start driving soon, so I feel like I'm ready too, so why not? You know, I'll be able to help you guys out. I'll be able to pick up fast food if you don't feel like cooking, or I'll be able to go to the grocery store and get stuff for you. So you can kind of like, you know, tell them what will be beneficial for them as well. So it's gonna help everyone out, and you just want to give them the reasons why. You definitely don't want to say because I want to be able to drive to parties I get invited to, or because I want to drive around with my friends. You want to give the better reasons to your parents. Now, if your parents are the type that are like, yeah, I'll teach you how to drive like right away, yeah, if you're interested, sure, why not? Make sure that you have them watch this video. I'll put a little card up here and I'll put a link in the description where I give them tips on how to teach you to drive, and trust me, it's gonna help them a lot. If you're new to my channel, I have a teen daughter. I know a thing or two about teaching her to drive and getting her permit and all this stuff. That's why I'm able to give you all the knowledge I have gained in the last year or so, last 2 years, on this journey of her driving. And then now finally she's going to be getting her driver's license. Vlog coming soon on that. Have them watch that video, send them the link or whatnot, and that way they're prepared before you guys even go on the road. So the key is that you want to tell them like, hey, can you just take me for 10 minutes? Just 10 minutes, please, just 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes of your time. Once they get in the car and they start to teach you, it's gonna take about 30 minutes to an hour, but the key is to get them in the car with you and for them to say, okay, I'm gonna teach you for 5-10 minutes. In reality, it's gonna take longer. It's gonna take about 30 minutes to an hour. So you just wanna get them in the car, you know, and that's one of the tricks, I think, or like the methods that my daughter used to get me in the car. When I heard 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. It's quick. But in reality, once we were in the car, I wanted to teach her more and it took longer, and it's actually pretty fun. Now, some of your parents may be smart and they will say, well, you need your permit first before I start to teach you how to drive. So if that's your parent, you have to be prepared. You have to make sure that you make the appointment at the DMV to take your permit test. This is big. Now, I did that with my daughter once I started teaching her in the parking lot and she wanted to go on the street. I tested her. I said, okay, you want to go on the street? I don't want to get pulled over with the cop behind us and you don't have a permit. Get your permit and then I'll teach you on the streets. It was up to her. You know, I left it in her lane and on the ball in her court, however you say it, to see if she really wanted it. Then she was gonna make the appointment and she was gonna make it happen. So it took her like, I think it was like a month. Like it took her a month. I gave her my credit card. I know she had to take like a little course online that you have to take to the DMV and show that you already kind of went through a class and you're ready to take the test. So it took her about a month or two for her to actually sign up for that class, study everything, and pass that little test, and then actually make the appointment at the DMV. For those 2 months, I didn't teach her on the road or anything like that. So it depends on you, on how serious you are about it. So make that appointment, take the test, you know, study really hard, pass a little test online, and then make sure that you study to take it at the DMV, because you don't want your parents to take you more than once. You want to pass the DMV permit the first time, because it honestly takes a lot of time for your parents to go to the DMV. It's a hassle. So you just want to pass it the first time and then be ready to start driving on the road. Once you have your permit, you can drive with any adult 25 or older that has a driver's license on the road until you get your driver's license. You can ask a sibling or a family friend or your parents, your grandparents, anyone who is willing to teach you how to drive. You can ask them to teach you how to drive after you have your permit. So the possibilities will be endless. You know, your uncle, your aunt, whoever can teach you, cousins. Make sure that you get your permit. So once you have your permit, you want to get behind that wheel as much as possible. So after that, you're gonna ask your parents, like, hey, I have my permit now, can you please teach me how to drive? So have them take you, they'll see in the video that I have, they have to take you down a block, like a certain block, and then just with one light and then a few lights, and then like you have to get comfortable being on the road. So once you do that, then when you feel confident enough, anytime that they're going anywhere, like if you're gonna pick up fast food, if you're gonna go to the grocery store, the gas station, wherever, ask them. This is what my daughter did. She would ask me, hey mom, can I drive? And I'm like, oh, and it's down the street. So I'd say, okay, sure. Even though it's kind of nerve-wracking for me. So anytime I was going anywhere, can I drive? Can I go with you? She would just ask me and I say, okay. I couldn't say no, I would cave in because she had her permit, you know? So it's like, yeah, sure, you need to practice. So that's what you need to do, is ask them if you can drive anytime that they're going anywhere. And another thing that my daughter did is she asked me, hey mom, what day can you give me? Just one day of the week. Which day? When are you gonna teach me? Like, she would ask me at first, can you teach me how to drive? I don't know, soon. Like, yeah. But once she told me, okay, what day? Like, once she asked me, then I would say, okay, Thursday works. I would look at my calendar. She's like, okay, Thursday, what time? So like, get specific so that your parent really commits. And then once it was in the calendar, then I just knew, okay, at this time I'm teaching Eileen. Like, I can't back out of it. You have to just like have them commit, and trust me, that works. Now, the last tip that I can give you is, if your parents are the type that get scared when you're behind the wheel, or they are too busy, or they're just like, no, I don't have time, whatever, do not give up. This tip is huge. Sign yourself up with a company that teaches you how to drive. You need this anyway to get your license. You need, I think it's 6 hours behind the wheel with a certified instructor. So you're gonna have to do this anyway. So you can start as soon as possible so that you get really comfortable on the road. What I would do if I were you, and this is what I told my daughter, I said, okay, find a company, go on Yelp, look at reviews, you know, look at their website, tell me how much it is, find a company that will teach you how to drive, and then let's sign up for it. And then they can teach you and we'll go from there. So she found 3 different companies. She sent me the links. She sent me the pricing. I looked at all of them. I approved one of them. And then I gave her my card, and then she set everything up. And then I was able to schedule her times. Like, it was like 1 hour, 2 hours each time. It was like 3 2-hour lessons or something like that. And I was able to schedule them. Once she did that, I was much more comfortable with her on the road. I wasn't like hanging on for dear life all the time. And she also got some practice on the freeway. So I highly recommend that you find a company that can teach you how to drive, and read the reviews, make sure that they're good. But yeah, that's a big one. Hire someone that can teach you how to drive, who is getting paid to teach you how to drive, and who is much more patient. That is all for today. I really hope that you guys learned a lot and that you're ready to ask your parents to teach you how to drive. If you have any questions or comments, make sure that you comment down below. Hit that like button if you like this video, and if you're new, consider subscribing because you watched until the end. And I will see you guys in my next video. Besitos!